There we go. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Okay. This is your brother Abdul Wadud, aka Questman, coming at you with another live Soul Journey of Life, the conscious black social media. I'd like to begin by greeting the dear brothers and sisters among the viewers with Salam alaikum, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Shalom, Hotep, peace be with you. This particular live is a live intended to be dedicated to a very adamant and staunch black man by the name of Brother Kevin Samuels, who, if you may not be aware, but passed away as of right now it's midnight, so passed away as of yesterday. And give me a second here. I had a window open to see what I was doing. Um, there we go. That's what I needed. Passed away yesterday at the age of 56. Salam. And so I wanted to, I wanted this particular live to be dedicated to showing, a manner of respect uh, to the passing of the brother. Um, I'm one of those who actually have a bit of appreciation and respect for him. Um, before I begin to go in further, I simply want to start off with something, um, a few things. One is a moment of silence. The other thing is something, something to that we can, remember the brother by. Something that kind of when you hear it, you think of the brother, something like that, right? So first, let's go with the moment of silence. Just a minute. That's all. So let's do this. Thank you for taking a moment with me to shed a bit of respect to the late brother Kevin Samuels. And so this is a midnight thought talk, is intended to, you know, to show a bit of a bit of compassion or a bit of uh, farewell. You understand, to someone that, in my opinion, was a strong, uh, revolutionary sort of a black man, right? In a the type of people that are much needed and in short supply in our time. Um, so I want to let's start by doing this, if I can. Let's see here. So I'm going to share the screen and be sure to like, share, and subscribe so that other people can benefit and partake in this. Let's see here. I'm going to share the screen. Um, this right here is, basically, just the tune that, when you if you were to uh, watch any of his lives, this is the common tune associated with the brother's introduction. So I figured it'd be something to, it's kind of, memory, Um, so let's see here. And this is done simply out of respect, nothing less. All right.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. It's not hard to fool me, cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah, either way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all, to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good night, cause I'll find no matter what. Ooh, susceptible now before the moment flies.
Okay.
It's not a problem.
So again, um, let me turn this off because I can see it here. Okay, there we go. Again, I want to say salute to our late brother Kevin Samuels. Again, the news came to me earlier today, or in the mm, sometime around, I think 5 or 6. I was leaving one assignment, and the news came to me, and I was at first, I'm one of those. I'm not too hip to being gullible. I don't just accept anything that people say. And I don't just I don't believe the hype, right? So it takes a lot for me to I need to find facts and find confirmation and agreement from various sources. Um, and so yeah, the news came to me, and let's see, I believe it was a sister by the name of Melanie King. I had gotten a notification, and She had been talking about this, and in fact, in her live, she was kind of speculating on whether or not this was true or not, right? And was kind of calling out to find, some facts. And so I was like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe some people were just, blowing some smoke in the air, hating on the brother, as some people that have that type of character do, right? And trying to put something, some shade somewhere. So, I was listening to see if she had heard anything, or was able to, get any uh, relevant information. Then, later on, I'm hearing other people talk about it. I'm like, wow, there's quite a significant number of people, talking about this passing. So of course, I got to Google, and I found, quite a bit of reliable sources um, talking about this. And let's see here. You know, I mean, even some of your, uh, non black, news sources, like Revolt, and um, you got some Twitter channels or Twitter feeds or whatnot. Uh, let's see, you got the Root. Let's see, you got yeah, some Twitter feeds or whatnot. Several things speaking of the same matter. And so pretty much if you just type it there now, it's like the top of the chart of search results, right? Here, WBLS.com says breaking news: Kevin Samuels passes away at age 56. Okay, so you have that. So I was like, well, you can't uh you can't go against the facts, right? So we say in our way, we say inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, which means from God we come, to God we return. And so, for me, my only saying in that case would be that his return is a fair and well rewarded return. Um, I know that there's people out there who've been, contrary to the brother, hating on the brother. But the thing you got to look at is the when a black is, and when I'm talking about this matter, I'm talking about the family, black men, black women, the family. You understand? I'm not talking about anybody else. No other factors concerned in this particular conversation. So the only relevant um, minds, eyes and ears for me in this conversation is the black family. Um, it's like this. Like I said, I know that there are people who have, tried to find bones and had bones to pick with the brother, based upon how they felt about uh, his content. And if you really look at this in a psychological perspective, if you look at this on even a scientific perspective, um, you don't get the kind of results and outcome that this brother had. You don't get the type of platform and the type of support where people are literally daily, you know, sponsoring, supporting, you know, donating, encouraging thousands, 1 million subscribers he ended up having. You don't get 1 million subscribers, folks, by speaking nonsense. You don't get 1 million plus subscribers by saying things that don't bear any weight or bear any substance. You get 1 million subscribers when you are saying something that's touching people. You understand that people are finding as relevant in their own lives. I mean, I'm saying when it comes to the black community, you understand, many of us, we were lucky to get 10, 20, 30 viewers. You understand? 400, I think I got 400 something subscribers. But what I'm saying is, on so many levels, this brother was influential. And, it saddens me when I look and I see folks from my own who took this as an opportunity to celebrate. Um, if I could find it, there's a verse. I know the paraphrasing, but I want to give you the exact words. Let's see if I can find it real quick because it really deals with this. And this to me, this is yet another example of what ails us as a community and what hinders us from any real sense of intelligent unification and growth. You understand? Um, I really believe it because it's saying a lot. Um, it's interesting because give me a second here so I can maybe I can even put it up here on the screen. Let's see if I can put this on the screen. Yeah, let's do it this way. Um, we're an interesting people. That's what I'm going to say, and I think that if we don't really see the problem that's stirred up, out of people our behavior towards one another, we've got. I mean, it's going to be difficult. Okay, I can do it that way. So let me share the screen real quick. Just a little screen share. Where I'll put it right there. This is the verse that comes to mind regarding um, how some have been responding to the passing of Kevin Samuels, right? And in this, you see it says, "But perhaps you hate a thing, and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing, and it is bad for you, and Allah knows why you know not." Right? Now, why am I putting this up there? I'm not putting this to try to proselytize or nothing like that. But there's a relevant point, and if we have any kind of mind to hear anything that means anything that can mean something, is being called out when we're not, correct. You understand? And I'm one of those who saw out of this brother someone who spoke direct. Um, let's see here. Someone who spoke direct. I could say, again, these are my opinions. These are my views from what I've experienced from watching some of the brothers' presentations, live presentations on IG and on YouTube. One of the things that stood out most to me is this brother was a no nonsense type of brother. You know, clearly a sharp, sharp sharp with a smooth tact that compels respect. You understand? Knows how to get what's on his mind out and spoken. You understand? Um, I believe he had a vision much greater than some of the basic content makers of what they present today in social media. You understand? Perhaps we could even say that he was a guru of a sort, for sure. And he often identified himself as an image consultant, but I would say that even on another level, because I speak with a spiritual tongue. So, excuse me, I would say that the image that he was um, counseling about was the image of the black man and the black woman. You understand? In particular, in regards to our relationship towards one another. And he believed that the black man, has value, and that the value of the black man, his integrity and right to be a leader of his home, right to be respected in his community, right to stand up with a strong backbone. You understand? Um, Believing that the black man has a certain kind of responsibility. You understand that he must uh, take his position for. You understand, and that responsibility shouldn't be hindered. You understand, and should be rather understood and supported by those under his care, his wife, his children. Um, he taught, the black man, um, that you have a right to stand up with a strong backbone. Stop tucking your tail. Stop becoming this passive. Um, what's the term? Um, Docile or whatnot man, and become a strong, leading, glowing black man, right? As he would put it, high value man. So he wasn't a man who would bite his tongue, and he told it how he saw it. I mean, how can you not respect someone who tells you what's on their mind, who's very frank with you? So many of you folks out there, so many of them in the community are so bogus. You understand? So full of gimmicks, so full of game and twisted tongues and just all kinds of, you just don't keep it real. You understand? Many of you aren't who you say you are. Many of you don't um, live the way you boast and claim. You know, and so when somebody actually comes calling out how you're treating one another, calling out, the what's ailing you in your relationships, what's ailing you in your family structure, what's ailing you, and calling you out, and then somehow that touches a nerve. So instead of connecting and looking in the mirror, you understand, looking with introspection, you would rather you would rather shame and blame the messenger. So yeah, he told it as he saw it. Solid with with the intellectual references. He was very keen on the numbers. You understand? You couldn't catch him off point with those numbers. He knew those numbers. He knew the percentages of what was going on in the communities and the different types of quotas that are affecting our people. He knew the numbers. You weren't going to push it. You weren't going to get him off his square on that. Um, he was not a man who just rambled aimlessly, just got on there just to jab about pointless stuff. He actually had content that, I believe his intention was to really open the black community up and strengthen us from within at our most important points, the core of the family structure, the black man and the black woman. Um, he was the type of person you couldn't pull the wool over his eyes. You understand? You couldn't, try to run some type of game because he would catch it. You understand? He would catch you in your game. He would catch you in your lies. He would catch you in your manipulations. And people would try. They would try to find some way to, you know, flip the script or shift, you know, their positions or whatnot. And he will catch you. He will catch you on that, and he will catch you in a way that would be tactful. You understand? And many of the haters, the only reason why they were hating is because they were being exposed. you know, I mean, when you get exposed, it's like a rat trapped in the corner. Like, oh man, rat, and the rat's, I'm a rat. Well, what do you do when you're exposed? And so, um, he was able to expose the lies. To me, this was a breakthrough type of brother. You understand? This was a revolutionary breakthrough, kind of a black man. Um, like I said, he recognized game where game was being played, lies when lies were being manifested, and spoke it as and he spoke he spoke the truth according to his perspectives. That's what I'm saying. I say his perspectives because, yeah, I understand people. There's people who agree. There's people who disagree. But you can't. You can't ignore results. You can't ignore results. How do you get you don't get 1 million subscribers on that type of a platform that's built on, these pointed discussions. You don't get 1 million subscribers willy-nilly. You understand? You don't It just doesn't happen. Not especially not in the black community. But you got people from all kinds of walks, all kinds of ethnicities, religions, beliefs who would listen to the brother, and they actually would take something informative from the person. So that's no small thing. That's no insignificant matter. That's something that we as a people really should learn to appreciate when it comes to the adepts amongst our folks. We got to stop belittling our scholarly ones. We got to stop belittling the knowledge that comes from amongst us, because these are our archives, our own archives of knowledge. And if we're hating on our own, you understand, it's no wonder that people got to constantly resource other places, because we keep destroying um our own intellect. You understand? We're self-destructive. So most of his critics, most of his critics were those who fit the description of the ills in the black community that he would speak of regarding relationships. Most of his, if you pinpoint each one of the people who had a bone to pick against the brother, in many cases, most of them, either they were too puffed up with pride and arrogance to be able to really hear the points, or they were of the very type of natured people of which he was describing. So they felt like they were being called out. They felt like they were being exposed. The light was shining brightly on them. You understand? And in many cases, if you ever would watch some of the live conversations, the buildings that he would do, they would expose their own hand. All he was doing is asking questions and pointing out certain details in the answers that they gave. They set the table. They made the bed. All he was doing was pointing out the method in which they were doing it. How do you hate on the person who's simply asking you questions, and you spew your own poisons? You spew out your own knives to cut you with. So to me, I mean, I'm the type of person, like I said, I admire revolutionary minds, uh, um, groundbreaking minds, people who uh, move in a kind of way that shifts the dynamic of how things go in 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 our favor as a black community. You understand? In our favor as a people trying to stand up again. I admire the people who stand up like that, because they're in short supply right now, if you haven't noticed. And then, when some do show up, I mean, it's just for some reason this uncanny habit that the black family has to hate on them. We don't want to be put in check by our own. We don't want to be given a whooping by our own. Who do you think you are to tell me about myself? How dare you tell me something about that I can clearly see within myself? Who do you think you are? Yeah, folks don't like being called out or exposed for their ignorances and their relationship shenanigans. And you may or may not agree with his approach, but like I told you, you can never claim that he didn't keep it real. You understand? This is one of the most authentic brothers that I've seen, on a YouTube platform. I'm just letting you know. And I mean, yeah, there's a lot of content going across YouTube, but there's certain things, certain channels that when you see them come on live, they stand out. They stand out on their own. You understand? And you could tell that they stand out on their own, like their own sun or their own star, because they end up having a community of like-minded individuals orbiting amongst them. I mean, you saw ones like lead attorney and a few other brothers and sisters that were genuine minds of their own, and they admired and respect because they saw something special. They saw something scholarly, something that's worth admiration. You understand? Something that's hard for us as a people to do. Admire the integrity, the intelligence from our own ranks. We got to find it from someone else. Someone with a badge or something's got to come and put us in check for us to have any respect. But for our own to stand up and tell you when you out of place, how dare you tell me that I'm off? How dare you tell me that I'm slipping? Who do you think I am? Black man to black man to black woman to black man. Who do you think you are to tell me about myself? That's our mindset. That's many of our mindset. We can't be told nothing. We can't be told. We can't be corrected. That's why we have a hard time. We get these brothers and sisters that come up on some strong. They saying exactly what it is. That's why they didn't. That's why they, to be honest with you, that's why they didn't like Malcolm because um he saw the games where the games were being played. You understand? He saw it and called it out. Like, wait a minute, this is you ain't who you say you are. You're not operating the way you said you operate. Genuine minds, genuine insight, and genuine eyesight. Here's the thing. And the other factor you've got to look at is how a person influences people. One of the things that we believe that we accept as a provision for our journey towards the hereafter is what we put forth of our actions. You understand? And out of our actions, there are those actions that can perpetually influence for generations and generations to come. And it is said that after we've left this life, we're in the grave, that those particular actions are still capable of being of reward or benefit to the person who initiated them. So think about this. Think about the downtrodden black man who's pretty much given up to despair. And they heard this brother talk. And next thing you know, just when they were in drags and rags, they come out suited and booted, spiffed up, sharp, with a sense of respect and aura of courage and confidence because of what this brother had to say. I've watched this go down. I've watched the demonstrations, and you see many people uh, uh, on some of the YouTube platforms talking about it and expressing their admiration for it. And next thing you know, if you look at their growth in their own channels, you see them improve. When people improve somebody like that, that's difference making. That's that type of action, that type of deed that ends up being residual. You understand? As far as um, like I said, the benefits of the soul in the hereafter, or so we accept as true. So what I'm saying here is that's something you've got to look at when we're identifying um, a person's um, worth in as far as their presence on this earth in the community. These are the things you look at. What how did you live your life in this world? In what way did you benefit society? This person benefited society because he opened up um, a certain type of look into the nature of relationships between black man and black woman, which is one of the things that have been ailing us for a while because our enemies have cut no um, limits when it comes to hindering us from being unified, from being a strong black family and raising up our family, from loving one another truly and being able to appreciate one another's efforts. So I'm saying this is a brother that was calling that out and pointing that out. How is that something to dump on? How's that something to to party about after the person leaves this world? You tell me. So the thing is, we're very egotistical people often. And so, in addition to it being hard for us to be told anything about ourselves, we feel some kind of way when someone does it because we think more about ourselves than what's actually true about ourselves. You understand? You may think of yourself as a giant, when in reality, upon this earth, you move like a mouse. You understand? You may think yourself as a giant. You may think yourself as the most, the greatest Miss America or Mr. America or whatever, when in reality, you're just a dust bunny blowing around on the surface of a dirty floor. And many of us aren't willing to wake up to these truths and work on how to clean that up, how to clean ourselves up. We already know. We're already perfect. What can you tell me? I already know. I already know. You can't tell me anything. Why are you telling me this? This is ego. There's no growth that can come from minds like that. Yeah, we have to learn to be able to accept constructive criticism. That's the bottom line, and that's the thing that, I mean, even our brother GMJ, he's very um, flamboyant, very direct with calling out you know the games, but the haters are always coming with the same type of persona. And I'm watching these brothers and sisters hating on Kevin Samuels, and I'm looking at the character, I'm looking at what they're presenting, and I'm seeing the same story being told over and over and over again. You understand? Over again, people just not wanting to be. You can't criticize me. You can't tell me that what I'm doing is wrong. Well, look at quoting Kevin Samuels. Look at the results. Look at your results. What's the outcomes you're looking for? And you look at the results of what you're getting as in response to what you're actually doing. So you know, um, sometimes people, they don't like that harsh massage. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to be all buttered up and tell them sweet nothings, tell them things they like to hear in their ears, but don't tell them about the stain on their shirt. Don't tell them about the grease on their fingers. Don't tell them about the grime, you understand, between they feet. Don't tell them about the things that are unbecoming of what it means to be an honorable, wise, intelligent black man or black woman. Don't tell them that, look, what you're doing, what you're manifesting is something that's corroding your efforts to form a good relationship between your man, between your woman. This man saw it. This man saw it. That's why I say revolutionary. He saw these things, saw that, look, this is where the problems the problem lies. And here's something suggesting a solution. But instead of considering and reflecting, we want to hate. Folks want to hate. How do you hate? 1 million subscribers are saying, look, let me subscribe because this person is saying something relevant to us. This person is saying something we need to hear, we need to know. Stop hating on your scholarly ones. Stop hating on the ones that are breaking it down, that are breaking, that are giving groundbreaking dialogue. Stop hating on our people, on our adepts. Let's instead hear them out so that we can extract the right benefits and become the people we claim we already are, even though we're not unified. So, what kind of people do we become if we are incapable of being challenged regarding our character? I mean, are we so holy, so much of the chosen ones that there is no error in us that can be discussed? Who is out there amongst our people that can come and tell us about ourselves? I mean, the way you, the way many of us will put it, there's a holy. I'm asking, well, why don't we have it together yet? Why are we still broken up? Why are we still divided if you've got it all together? Contrary to some opinions, and this might be news breaking to some of y'all, especially if you haven't been really watching a lot of his lives. Um, Contrary to some opinions, he did not teach hating the black woman. He didn't teach hating the black woman. And in fact, he didn't teach hating anything amongst us except for the despicableness, the despicable qualities that we sometimes put forth because of arrogance, because of ignorance, and so on. But folks, when you've got the mentality that you can't be told about yourself, it all sounds like grime to you when you hear it. It all sounds like something, some ill being said when you hear it. Um, so it ends up becoming poison to your ears when it could be healing to your heart and constructive building to your mind. So understanding the differences in our nature and breaking the barriers that often keep our relationships broken and imbalanced. These are some of the things that this brother was endowed with, in my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. And this is the thing, especially for us who claim to be people of the holy books, people of the scriptures. How can you say that you're people of the scriptures, of any scripture, and in every one of those scriptures, it tells you the nature of the man, it tells you the nature of the woman, and it tells you the manner in which our relationships should operate if we want to be righteous people? How can you sit there and say that you're people of anything about God consciousness, and these are values that you think are somehow contrary? And this is what this person will talk about. Yeah, he had a certain formula, a certain style. You understand? That's his individual. You understand? But the thing about that, you know, uh, we come as we are. So whatever it is that you are, whatever gifts you have, is going to be expressed based upon the personality that you have. This is his personality, and thus his presentation. All the brother, in my opinion, was striving to get the family to see was how to become a better version of themselves, and that's quote a better version of yourself, and expecting more in you, and both the man and the woman expecting better from each other, and not putting their standards beyond their reach because of disillusionment, because people done hyped up and pumped up their heads and made them believe that there's something that they're not, or that there's more about them than doesn't exist. And then you end up wasting your life away. You understand? And at the end of the day, you're looking around complaining for what you don't have when you could have had it, but you refuse to embrace it because somehow you thought there was something else behind that rock. And once you got behind that rock, it wasn't there. So this is what I wanted to express. I'm going to put the invite link in the chat should any person or persons have something to suggest or say about the matter, or if any at the very at least some respects to pay. Like I said, I think this is a person who was a milestone in our community, and a pivotal um, presented a pivotal point in our story, in our time. And for me, I have a respect for ones that come like that. That this person had it because black men to this day, right now, have become have m- increased or improved what it is that we are. And much of it has to do with the different types of people, such as Brother Kevin Samuel has put forth. And like I said, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm looking at ones, like I said, that were at their lowest, and then watching them as a result of listening to some of the content that the brother presented, see something better for themselves and step themselves up, step their game up, step their whole style up. Next thing you know, just when they were all on some rough stuff, now they're smooth and moving. You know what I'm saying? Like the wind. You gotta salute someone like that, fam. That's all I'm saying. We got to stop. We got to get off of this hating each other stuff. Nobody can make a move and make a difference without somebody coming up along from amongst our own self hating on us. 1 million subscribers, folks. You don't get that from just, you know, a silly joke or something. You get that because you had content. Your words were valuable. People were sitting there dropping hundreds. You understand? During this brother's life, I'm watching hundreds, 200, sometimes five, going across the screen for their patronizing or whatnot. I'm like, you don't get that from just talking nonsense. Nobody that talks nonsense is going to get that. And so if people thought this brother was on some nonsense, none of that would be happening. He wouldn't even get $1. 1 million subscribers, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of, I mean, just lots of support, lots of appreciation. If you ever looked at any of the live chats, some of this live feeds or whatnot, and just read them, lots of people who are saluting the brother. You understand? So I'm just saying, for me, yeah, people could say this, that, and the other. I believe we have to, show some type of appreciation for our own people and stop dumping on our own people. Identify our scholars. If you ask me, we should canonize the content and message that this brother came with, and it needs to be a part of the curriculum of our community. Curriculum, I said. Curriculum has all of what a pool of what comes from us. Any type of intellectual achievements, inventions, improvements in our community, in ourselves, we should be canonizing our efforts and canonizing what we put forth, and keeping that within our community so that we can build and grow as a people. And we need to be saluting and respecting our folks, you understand, when they step up. Some people, I mean, I'm just saying, I know many people who would be too cowardly to speak in the way that the brother was speaking, and not only cowardly, but they just didn't have the skill. They didn't have the finesse to deliver it in the way that the brother was dropping it. So I'm just saying. So you have to give credit where credit's due, whether you disagreed or agreed with what the brother was doing. All I'm saying is consider the results. Consider the results of what the brother put forth and how it affected people in a positive way. So, for me, it's nothing but a major salute to a um, high valued brother, a high valued brother, as he would put it, a high valued brother. And, I mean, what can I say? I believe that his presence and a mind like that would be sorely missed in this world, because like I said, when you really look around at people really with genuine minds, really, really making differences in their community and amongst their people, we're in short supply. We're in short supply. Most of the people that meet that are doing anything, they're into entertainment and things like that. Not really into stuff that's moving us in groundbreaking, brainstorming directions. You understand? When they show up, folks end up hating. We can't even march in the street armed, you understand, to demonstrate that, hey, we're not taking any mess. You can't just treat us any kind of way. We can't do that with people hating on the people who lifted up those folks to do that. We can't. What is wrong with us? What is wrong, family? That's all I'm asking. Why can't we see that we're destroying our own potential for success? Every time you shoot down one of these people who come up with a revolutionary flow, you understand, groundbreaking um, results. Every time we destroy or hinder or you know belittle it, we're destroying our own potentials for success. This is coming from us. These are the great minds coming from our people. So why, instead of partying, showing shame, why not salute the brother? Why not understand that you had a genuine black man that was present here just yesterday? Just yesterday. I sat there, I watched a live, it was on IG and it was on YouTube. Yeah. And then, like I said, just that quick, the news came. And one of the things that does tell you is, you know, death doesn't discriminate, doesn't give you the opportunity to appreciate your people. It takes them away just as quickly as they came. It doesn't give you the opportunity to say, hey, black man, black woman, I see something in you. You understand? And I salute you. I appreciate your presence in this world, and more like you understand, make this world a better place in our community. So I appreciate you. I know it's hard for the arrogant ones amongst us to do that. It's hard for them to come up down off of their pedestals, long enough just to hear, let alone say something. It's a hard bargain. It's a hard bargain, family. I'm just, letting you know what Brother Questman's observation is about the matter. For me, I don't have no ill feelings towards Brother Kevin Samuels. To me, I felt the brother was an honorable brother. Um, an adept in his field. He knew what the heck he was talking about. He wasn't, just rambling about. He knew what he was talking about. He knew what he was talking about, and he spoke about it based upon what was clear to his perspective. He didn't bite his tongue. He wasn't. He was unapologetic with his approach. He didn't ask for permission to speak his mind. You understand? He stood his ground no matter who said what. He didn't tuck his tail ever. He stood his ground and spoke what he saw as truths in his observation in this world. If that's a reason to hate on somebody, I mean, we got some serious issues. That's all I'm saying. If that's a reason to hate on somebody, we got some work to do regarding, just our perspective of reality. So I just wanted to come on this live and do that. I mean, I mean the invite's there. You want to come in and say a few words or whatnot, you're more than welcome. But I'm only here just to, shed a bit of respect and drop a few roses, you understand, saluting our brother. I'm one of those that, I dropped a few while he was alive, showed some respect behind the scene, nothing too major, too public or whatever. But and another thing I think we need to take in consideration is showing respect to each other while we live. Um, if you if you admire certain ones in your time as being uh major move makers, influencers, people really affecting the minds of the black man and woman in a positive way. If you find those, why not show your appreciation now while they live? You understand? But like I said, many there yeah. So that's what I'm gonna say for now. This was just the message and moment to um, show a bit of appreciation for our black brother. You understand? I don't have nothing new to say about the brother. I'm not I wouldn't say it if I did. But all I have is love and appreciation to show towards our own when we do courageous things and we speak and stand up and stand our ground and remain strong in the face of all odds. Yeah. So with that said, this is your brother Abdul Wadud, aka Questman, coming at you with another live. Yep. Soul Journey of Life, the Conscious Black Social Media. Um, that's what I have to say right now. Yeah, it's to me, it's just amazing because there was a lot of power behind that this brother was holding within. I mean, it's hard to explain, you know, with basic words. But what I'm saying has more spiritual context than anything. That there was a lot of glow that this brother had, in my opinion. There's like I said, there's in our day and age, there's just a select few brothers and sisters glowing a genuine light of their own. You understand that isn't necessarily feeding off of anyone else, but it's their own glow, and they're affecting the black community. You understand the black community in constructive, positive ways, and sometimes heavy-handed ways. The brother came heavy-handed, but he came real. You understand? If you felt you got elbowed or something, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you should have stepped out of the way or something. I don't know, but it is what it is. You know. But yes, indeed. I mean, so to me, when that saying, the death of a scholar, how great of a matter that is. You know what I mean? That's like a loss of a great library, of all the world's library, just the death of a scholar. Because who else is going to come at you like that? Who else has the skill and tact to come at you like that? Who else? Who else is going to bring it that way? Yeah, there are other people who've got certain content, but that was something exclusive to that brother. That was him. You understand? That was him. So anyway, salute to all those brothers and sisters who continue to step up and emit revolutionary auras of energy amongst the black community, helping us step up, stand up, shine a bit. You know what I'm saying? In these times. And definitely salute to our brother Kevin Samuels, and rest in peace. This is your brother Questman, aka Abdul Wadu, coming at you with another live. I know I said that already, but I'm gonna go ahead and sign off like this. I don't see anybody clicking the live invite that I put there. So I mean, even if you just want to come in just to give a salute, just to give, pay some respects or whatnot, this would be the time to do it. Um, because for me, I'm just wondering where we at as a black community. Where are we at really? Because I mean, we are quick to get on one of these lives and just dumping shame on somebody and try to burn somebody up amongst our own. We're quick to do that. We're quick to do that. But let us support one another and lift each other up. Let us lift up people who are making the big moves. Let us lift them up. Let us encourage. It's hard to get people to do that. We try to get these fundraisers to support brothers that are locked behind bars without getting any type of justice. It's like pulling teeth, like I was saying to someone. It's like pulling teeth. That's real talk. It's real. I mean, you sit there and you can break it down. You can break it down like a science. Like, look, this, that, and the other. Support the brother. Like, oh no, oh yeah, I'll think about it. And you never hear from him again. I'll think about it, or yeah, all right. You never hear from him again. This is what we do to our people. This is us. This is somebody else. This is us against us. What's the problem, man? Just saying. But on a positive note, like I said, your brother Quest, man, I have nothing but respect for the people. I have nothing but respect when I see genuine revolutionary minds stand up and stay strong and and don't budge and aren't afraid. So salute to the soldiers, salute to the black soldiers out there, salute to the black generals, salute to the black warriors, salute to the black scholars, salute to the black husband, the black wife standing up, holding their family together by any means necessary, making sure you don't come through and break none of this up. You don't come through and break none of what we're doing right here up. You understand? It's our time. It's our time to shine. So let that be known. The light dome. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shalom. Hotep. Peace be with you, dear family. Have a blessed rest of your time this day. Take care. Mhm.
Bye.